friends, this is Thaddeus, and welcome to a Sunday night edition of GAC. I hope you guys have had a great week. I've had a great weekend. Great week leading up to the great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Pretty laid back. Naps were taken. Good times. Good times were had. Now, I've got to talk to you about what's been going on in this GAC. Now, many of you are going to say, well, it's just Thaddeus doesn't care. And, yeah, you'd be right. I really don't super care about, the GAC. But I like to have fun. And with that, here we go again. I've lost twice in a row, right? And here I am going up against Bushmeltzer. And Bushmeltzer has got a pretty solid team. So let's see how he does. Now, I gotta say though, guys, straight up, he's already taken his turn, right? So, the ball is in my court. Now, this is nice. I like this. I've also got to point out, Bushmeltzer didn't do as well as Pew Cubed, nor did he do as well as, the last time I did it. I gave Bushmeltzer a win. I did. I handed it to him. I was like, alright, Bushmeltzer, I'm curious. You do you, brother or sister. I don't know if Bushmeltzer, BS Schmeltzer, just seems weird, but whatever. As I'm looking at this, I'm like, dude, he just didn't do as well. So I think there's a point where, one-on-ones. I mean, look at this, freaking Jedi Guardian. He should have been able to walk over her. But let's see what he put on defense. He's got Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Now, I've got to say, guys, 5v5. I've actually been a little gutsy lately. I have. I've been going up against some Kylo Rens in my arena shard, and I haven't been doing terribly, which, I feel more confident. So, if ever you're in an arena and you're like, oh, I don't know, just go with it, man. Just don't be afraid to lose, and you might surprise yourself, right? So this is what he's got. He's got Supreme Leader Kylo Ren up here. He's got old Papa Palps with some Sith. He's got, this is an interesting one, Fives and Rex with, is that Rex? That always, yeah, Fives and Rex with, what's her face, right? Miss Heals a lot. Barris, also a traitor. I mean, traitor to the cause, if anyone is ever wondering. I have a question, and this is something that if there's anyone out there who talks or understands lore, when does one leave the Jedi Order and become a Sith, right? Because I feel like Barris was on that path, right? So then down here we've got some Separatists, we've got some tanks. So not necessarily a terrible matchup. Now, I'm not going to perform as well as I think he did, simply because it's likely that he one-shotted me every time, and for me to be as effective, I got to kill him hard. Hard. And I think some of these, the way that he put the defense up, I'm definitely not going to be able to bring just one character into it. So, can I keep all of my, protection up? That's the key, right? So, let's go ahead and jump into it right now. I'm going down here. I'm going resistance. But this time, I'm just going to do these two. Now, these two, both Gear 12, both Relics 7, 68,000 almost 67,000, 69 or 70,000. So, power-wise, I'm as close. Kinson69, thank you for the follow, my friend, and welcome to the stream. So, but you do have that extra character. Now, I'm curious though. Let's go ahead and sick veins. Stay sick, my friend. Thank you. So let's go ahead and take off the stuff there. Part of me wonders, it's like, well, what do? Do you go after to prevent what just happened there? Or, you know, which I should have prevented, right? I should have gone with... Alright, let's see what we can do here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's keep this down. I want to keep him as low as possible because I don't like when he comes back and taunts me. Rey does not like to be taunted. She's not a fan of it. She doesn't enjoy when people... Oh man, that Greedo was going after her, right? Yeah, that's a good point. So Dark Jill is over on YouTube, brings up that he's surprised that that they didn't include Barriss as an Inquisitor, right? Now, is it? I don't remember actually. There's an episode in Rebels, and it's in the first season. Oh man, this might not work out well for me. There's an episode in Rebels, and I think it's in the first season, where Kanan and Ezra are contacted by a Jedi. And for whatever reason, I thought it was Barriss, but now I'm second guessing myself. But it was a Jedi who was like a master. I can't remember exactly who it was. I'd have to look it up. But again, the idea is, they probably should have used Barriss as a, as an Inquisitor. Part of me wonders what if they didn't, because if you know, Anakin became Darth Vader, right? And I think the last thing that he would want is someone potentially figuring out that Darth Vader and Anakin are the same person, and I don't know. I mean, I could see maybe that's why. I was fully betting on Barriss being, what do you call it, in Jedi Fallen Order. I thought that Night Sister number 2, I can't remember, I think it was whatever Night Sister's hunting him, I thought for sure that was going to be Barriss. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, I won't tell you who it is because I don't remember her name, but it's not Barriss. So, spoiler alert, I should have said that. Not technically a spoiler alert, also not technically not. I mean, it is what it is, and I apologize if you guys haven't played. It's good though. You guys should check it out. It's really awesome. I am looking forward to the sequel, Luminara Unduli. That's the one. Her body was the one that was used to lure. I can't speak. Where am I? Let's go Separatists. But which Separatists? I'm gonna come here. And I'm actually going to use... So, that is overkill if I do that. But, no, here it is. I'm going to straight use Skywalker. Do I want to use another 5-0 first? Who do I have that's 5-0 first? And the reason I want to use... Oh, I'm just going in. The way that he attacks, he can kill Infus Nest just like that, my friends. Booyah! Grandma! Just, you don't mess. You don't mess. I love that. Woo! That was nice. Alright, alright. So now I've got the rest of my 501st. And I think I'm actually going to use them here. Let's go ahead and use Rex. I think that's a good mix. No, I'm going to use Echo. I'm going to pull an Echo. So not a full, not a 2-2, but Echo's got that, you know, take off everything ability. Who do I want to go after? Interesting lineup. So let's go here and see what happens. I mean, we're forced to anyways. The big fear is Droidica's true damage that is crazy powerful. Not when he's dead, though. Oh, I love that. This is... Boom! Boom, fellas! I like that. That is a nice victory for me. Alright, let's take a look down here. Okay, so we've got Barriss, Night Sisters, Ooh! Now this is something I've not seen. A Relic 6 Baldy Asajj Ventress. That'll be interesting. I haven't seen that before. And the Relic Asajj to 6 over like someone like Barriss. That is an interesting choice. I mean, let's see if it pays off. Clearly. Ian Gray, welcome. Glad you chose me for your Sunday night viewing pleasure. I mean, I dance, but that would just make everything weird. So, let's come here. We've got what's it called going? The Geos. What would be a good anti-Geo team? I mean, the most effective anti-Geo team that I'm familiar with, that I'm good with, is my Sith. Let's just pull them in. Let's just give them a shot. Now, recently, I made a small adjustment to my lineup. Not necessarily what you see here, because I was logged in clearly since Trey kills Geos, and that's what I was meaning. Great lineup. What I've decided to do is anyone who is relics at the moment on my team. Oh my gosh, this is painful to watch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to a certain relic level. And so I've been thinking that, like, once they're relics, Relic 3 is probably, like, the next phase. Then Relic 5, then 7, obviously. And so I've been thinking about how to do this, and for my own squad, obviously. And I'm just going to do... I'm going to focus on getting the characters that I want up to relics, just as I have been. Focus those farms. But then, when it comes down to it, essentially, I'm just going to get everyone to where they're beneficial. Like right now, I'm not doing much damage in the new raid, and it's sad because I don't have a very deep roster of relics. And so I'm going to go through, get everyone up to level 3, just so that, like, my top 80 are nice. Then, you know, get those that are the most effective up to 5, and then all the way up to 7 for the, you know, the best and the brightest. Is Rook cast? So Dartzilla's asks, do I think that the Armorer in the Mandalorian is Rook cast? Now, if I remember correctly, Darth, Rook is the she's Gar Saxon's number 2, right? It's chick with, I forget what color hair it is. If that's the case, and I think that it is, yeah, I absolutely do. Rook was one of those characters that was a true Mandalorian in the fact that they had to conquest over blood, right? I mean, you could be born Mandalorian, like you were born on Mandalore, but for the Death Watch, it was very much who you defeated, and that's why they honored Maul as a Death Watch character, or the Death Watch leader in the true Mandalore, because she beat Pre Vizsla, or Gar Saxon. Oh my gosh, Maul murdered Pre Vizsla, just defeating him. I mean, he killed him, yes, but in a duel, it's not technically murder, I don't believe. So yeah, but it would be cool for it to be Rook cast, because it would then all connect back. You know, you have Ahsoka that would connect. It would be, I mean, she was there at the Battle of Mandalore. I mean, there's a lot of potential, and it would make sense, right? You see the horns on her helmet. She's clearly Death Watch because the Watch, the Children of the Watch, that's who Din Djarin is. So it all makes sense. Now, I will say we're not getting the Mandalorian Season 3. So the Book of Boba Fett comes out December of this year. We're not getting in April of this year. So just in a couple of months. Actually, end of January now. So like a couple of weeks probably. Depending on when you're watching this. They're going to start filming Season 3 of The Mandalorian. And so it would make sense for her to then be connected to, you know, to everybody, right? And I think it'll be interesting how they go through with it. Now, the fascinating part, and the reason I bring up the whole timeline, is there's a book that comes out in November of this year that's meant to be a standalone story, I think, talking about Salman Grundy, welcome, my friend. But the idea is that the book is supposed to be a standalone story that talks about, you know, like the Mandalorian, right? Din Djarin. Now, it could simply be like what he does after everything. But I think that it's going to be more than that. I think that it's going to be a little bit of his backstory, and I think we'll get a lot more about the Children of the Watch and the Coven that he was part of. Or the clan that he was a member of. Not Coven, necessarily. That's what we used to refer to Night Sisters as. Covens, because they're witches. Dude, like, so here's the thing. I love Star Wars. Love it. Now on a side note, guys, for anyone who's just joining the stream, I put up a terrible defense. I've put up a terrible defense right here. Now, if I'm going to lose, I want to lose to a legit score, right? Now, I've got to beat 2702. That is nigh impossible. But I'm going to give it a shot, right? I mean, anyone can lose. I'm going to lose with style. Yeah, so, My love... So I saw the prequels in the theaters opening night each night, but when I saw the prequels, I wasn't the fan that I am now. I was like, alright, Star Wars, it's a cool show, it's a cool concept. Like, I knew what was going on, but I wasn't like, die hard, right? I liked it. I went back after the prequels and rewatched in order all of the originals, and so on. But what really got me into Star Wars, and I'm gonna bring up what's the Jedi here, and I'm gonna do this. Actually, hold on. These two? No, I'm gonna do this. No, I'm gonna pull in Vader. I was gonna do Thrawn, but my Thrawn's not high enough. I don't think. You know what? It's Relic 7, and they've only got a Relic 3, and the other. I'm pulling in Thrawn. Let's see how this works. This may backfire on me. I'm a little nervous about Ezra. That's really my concern here. Is Ezra. The other two, not so much. Let's do this. Yeah, I probably should have gone full 3. I'm not entirely sure this is going to be as effective as I want it to be. But anyways, what really got me into it is a friend of mine. Shortly after I got married, probably, let's see. Well, I got married, yeah, probably in 2010-ish. A friend of mine moved in across the street from me, and we'd been friends for a few years at that point. And he got me into a game, Star Wars Miniatures, which tons of fun, right? It's the way that I've explained it to people who aren't familiar with the concept is Dungeons and Dragons meets chess, and I feel like that's a pretty effective definition for that game. It's a fun game. It's really enjoyable, but I was terrible at it, just absolutely terrible. And he even let me cheat, and. Like when making teams, he was like, "Yeah, Thaddeus, you do you, and you put whatever team you want together." And so like I cheated, and it was fun, but I would always lose. Now, as anyone who's ever seen one of my live streams knows, I am not a competitive person. Clearly, because I'm about to lose this. Oh, see, it's that Ezra, freaking Bridger. Knock it off. If I might be able to pull this off, to be honest. If I don't get stunned and they stop attacking me so freaking much. No, too late. So, what happened is he introduced me to this game and I kept losing. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna find out everything I know or I can about like this group. And so like I started with the Separatists. And I was like, all right, I'm going to learn everything I can about the Separatists. And I learned about, like, Watan Bor, and I learned about New Gunray, and I learned about Gunnar, and you know, I learned that, you know, Crazy Arms, 6 Arms, General Grievous wasn't originally a droid, and not technically a droid when we meet him in the films. And so I was like, oh, this is tripping. So I learned all of these things. And not only did I read about, like, how they would work together in this game, but I also learned their backstories. And I was like, all right, well, that's really cool. And so the more I learned about their backstories, the more I was like, all right, this is pretty legit. I like this. And so the more I started reading, the more I started thinking, these are really good stories, and I want to learn more about them. And so I went down, and I found, how do I say this without letting the FBI know that I've done bad things in my past? I found ways to read the books and or listen to the audiobooks without paying for them. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not. you know, but I was young and naive, you know, and I still had a heart like a rebel, you know, stick to the man kind of a thing. But since I've transferred to Audible, and that's, the man sticks it right back to me. Although I love Audible, don't get me wrong, I love Audible. All right, other Night Sisters. Let's see here. Who are this? And so, anyways, long story short, like, I went through and I read all canon novels. Okay, not the comics. I read a few of the comics, but the novels I just dove into. I went from Old Republic all the way to the New Republic. I mean, hundreds of novels. And part of that was I was a delivery driver for a local college, and I was always on the road, and so I could just put on an audiobook and go to it. In fact, I'd volunteer for like the longer trips just so that I could listen to something longer. And so it was a lot of fun. And so that really got me into the universe. And then, you know, I went through and Star Wars Clone Wars was going on, and it was a big deal. And I was like, all right, you know, I want to, you know, get involved. And so I went through and I watched all the Clone Wars, and then I was like, this doesn't make any sense, because anyone who's seen Star Wars Clone Wars knows it's out of order. And so about like season 5, I realized that. And so like I went back and I watched all of the Clone Wars in order, and I was like, okay, this makes a ton of sense. And I just, like, I fell in love with it, you know, and one of the things that I love about Star Wars is it is a very, they're fun stories. Mostly there's a clear right and a clear wrong, but there's also shades of gray that are almost always explored in the universe. And that's one of the things that I really like, because it's often that we don't explore those things. You know, I'm going full just because I might as well. But it's just a fun story, you know? And I've said this many times, even the sequel trilogy, it has its moments. Like, it really does. There's a lot of elements in the sequel trilogy that are fun. Like, they're fun. It may not be the best, but they're kind of enjoyable. And so, I every time I come on a live stream, I think to myself, I keep getting like 10 video ideas, and then I sit down to write them. On a side note, I feel like I was a muse in a different life. Someone who could like inspire other people to greatness, but couldn't do great things themselves. If you've ever seen Dogma, the Selma Hayek character, that's me. I mean, I'm not a buxom, beautiful Latin babe. Unless that's how you think of me. And then, I mean, that's an honorific I'm not opposed to necessarily. She's a beautiful, talented actress. I'm sure I've been called worse things. Oh, where was I with that? Oh yeah, Star Wars is great. That's the short of the story. I really enjoy it, right? But what I've done since is I go back and every time there's a new book out, I read it. You know, I married a lady who loves books. My kids love books. You know, it just is what it is. And so I'm always reading something. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's a country song, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Oh, well, thanks, man. I really need to get to a point where this Night Sister zombie is not taunting so much. And I need to start, you know, disintegrating peoples. So, same thing with the games. Like, that's also what kind of got me into this game. Actually, what got me into this game, because I started shortly after launch. I always say that I'm a near launch player. I think I began around Christmas of that first year. All right, Turd Muffin, knock it off. Just boom, come on now. Anyways, so like, where was I? Yeah, anyway, so like I started around, and I had some other friends that were playing, and you know we formed a guild of our own. We were the Boostabilla Buddies, because we couldn't come up with a funner name. And then we joined early on with another guild, and then that guild eventually merged into the We With Lives band of communities. Boom! Goodbye, my friend. There we are. So, me and my boys have, or at least those that are still playing, have been in the We With Lives guild for a number of years, and you know, you may not know the guild or the guild community, but Gridden, the hair, like the man with the most beautiful hair in the world, he's the one that put together the community, and so he's our buddy. So we love Gridden, and he and Darth Orden, he's a good guy, right? I'm gonna lose because of this little turd over here who's hiding in the shadows. If I can just get her to unstealth for 2 seconds. I needed an AoE character. That's what I needed. Oh, it's gonna kill me. I'm gonna blow her up. It was worth a shot. But no, so I've been playing this game, and you know, the more I dive into it, the more I look at these characters, and I think, oh, you know, this is a cool character, this is a cool kit. You know, is it true to who the character is? Is it true to his story, her story, that kind of thing? And then I play a lot of the Star Wars games. I haven't played a lot of them in the past. So, like, one of the games that I loved playing was Battlefront 2. Yes, the new Battlefront 2, it's a great game. I love it. Especially since, like, the changes that they made post-launch. That was very important, those changes. The story was actually really, really good. But I also played, for years, Battlefront 2, like, old Xbox 360. Was that the one? Xbox, traditional Xbox? I don't even remember at this point. Also, if you ever want to feel old, the original Xbox, I believe, or maybe it's the Xbox 360, is technically considered a classic console now because it's been around for over a decade. And maybe it's the Xbox One. I can't remember. It can't be the Xbox One. But yeah, the 360 though, that's been around for over a decade. Or maybe it's over 20 years. That's what it is. The Xbox 360 has been around for over 20 years. Yeah, I'm telling you, getting a good recruiting officer for your guild is huge. Huge. It really does make all the difference. Okay, so let's see. Did I defeat this whole... No, I didn't. What did I do? Oh, I jumped up here. That's right. Okay. Let's come here and do a mirror match. No, this isn't a mirror match. It's just death. Oh, you jerk. Why do you have to be so mean? Why you gotta be so mean? Oh, mercy. Oh, well, this game ended quickly. Ouch. This will be fun. Let's see whose slacker is better. Well, his. He definitely won this one. Did he win? I don't know. Yeah, he did. He won. I saw that one coming. Let's go back here. And who do I want to use? Let's go with the Jedi. No, but right now, I'm going through and I'm listening to all of the High Republic books, and a lot of people are giving it a lot of hate, and I think they're hating more on the authors than the actual characters, than the actual books themselves, and that's, I don't know. While I understand the concept, it's not as effective as I think they want it to be. Boom. Let's do this. Geos? This is probably the wrong. No. 7-7. Yeah, that's definitely the wrong move for that one. Let's come here. Let's do Geos here. No, let's do Separatists. I keep forgetting when you have everyone in like when you don't put anyone on defense, it makes it so much easier, right? I will say though that there's a lot of really cool, and I've said this every stream. I am very excited for the games that are coming up through EA, through some of the other programs. One of the I'm really excited for the rumored KOTOR 3. Any open world game, if that's what it is, will be awesome. Super stoked to see Jedi Fallen Order. There's a lot of characters in Jedi Fallen Order that would be a lot of fun in this game. Like a lot of fun. Not to mention the Jedi that are in Jedi Fallen Order. But the Inquisitors that are in it, that would be great. Same thing with, like, there's a whole lot of potential, right? With what we see in the game. So let's go to the Night Sisters here. You know what? I'm gonna do, who do we have? We've got, I'm just gonna do Wampa. I'm gonna see if my Wampa can hold up against the Night Sisters. I feel pretty good about it. But yeah, like an Inquisitor game, an Inquisitor faction in this game would be awesome. Maybe a new Vader, or maybe if they keep pumping up the Vader. Now, if that were the case, imagine that. If they don't give us a new Vader, but they keep making this Vader better. Like, way more amazing. You have Vader, who is the only Vader in the game. He has, like, over the years, he keeps getting better. Like, he just does. Like, the original Vader was okay. Like, he was. He wasn't phenomenal, but he wasn't terrible either, you know? And so, like, I would actually be really cool with only having one Vader in the game, and then every so often they give you, like, a new awesomeness. Like, Vader, for example, with a secondary tag, you know, like a new tag, would be amazing. And if it were, like, Lead Inquisitor or Inquisitorial Squad, right? Because Vader was in charge of the new... Vader was in charge of the Inquisitorial Squad. Darth Gillis over on YouTube says they need to drop Jabba the Hutt. They absolutely do. Jabba would be amazing. I would love to see... Oh, man. Jabba would just be great. Now, the fun thing about Jabba is, one, they've hinted at him a few years back. They actually made... I don't know if it was a comment or what, but we do know from early game data mines that Jabba the Hutt is in the game. Like, he's in the game code. They've built a Jabba. It may not be up to date, you know, depending, unless they're working on him. If they're working on him, then it's definitely up to date and probably going to be game breaking. But there is a Jabba. Same thing with the man, Hondo Naka. He's in the game. He's in the game code. He's just not one that they've spent any time with. And so, when who is it? Carrie, CG Carrie, who is also CG Carrie. Her name, those are her initials, CG, and then yeah. She dropped, maybe not dropped. That's not the right word, but she told the Escape Pod, the guys from the Escape Podcast, that these guys are in game code, and eventually they're going to be in the game. But I don't know. I've said it before. I would love to see a bounty hunter Asajj Ventress, and like, could we get a bounty hunter Asajj who would be Galactic Legend? Maybe. I would love that. I think that would be amazing. I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential for this game, and I don't know. So let's go after my rebels real quick, and let us use... Who do I want to use? I think Galactic Legends. Not Galactic Legends. Let's use Galactic Republic. Let's use these guys. I'm interested. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, I like that. A great deal. Hey, don't hit your mom. Show more respect. Okay, so this actually was a pretty good call. I mean, granted, I think I out-relicked him, but I think I'm gonna keep a lot of my stuff, my protection. So I'll see how the 53, not terrible. Now, as long as I can clear the ships at the end, I mean, I'm still gonna lose the battle for sure, but I feel like I'm getting closer to being able to reach that 27. I don't know if I'll ever get to do it without fully like soloing each event. I don't know, but so Ian Gray asks on YouTube, he says he can see my love for Star Wars, and he's curious to know about my feelings for the last 3 movies. I think Episode 7 was a great beginning. It left a lot of intrigue, it let off a lot of wonder, and it kind of set the stage. Yes, it was a remake of A New Hope, right? It had a lot of fan service, more so than I think it probably needed. I say fan service. It had a lot of homage to the originals that I think more than I think it needed. But I think it was a good setup. Episode 8 is actually just episode 7.5. If you take out the whole excursion to Canto Bight, then it's episode 7.5. You put the 2 movies together and it's the extended version of 7. That's it. That's all it is. Because it takes place immediately after 7. So, yeah. And then episode 9 jumps like 5 years in the future, and all of a sudden everything's different, and it's a problem. Now, my solution to the problem is one of those things that's being rumored right now, and that is hold on, let me get this set up real quick. My solution to the problem is actually what's being rumored, and the rumor is that let's go Sith. Oh no. Let's go Geos as well. The rumor that's going around is they are going to cut together a sequel series for Disney Plus. And I talked about this a lot in the last stream. But what they're going to do is take episodes 7, 8, and 9 and take everything that was left on the chopping floor and put it in. And I say everything, but maybe not everything, but a lot of the things that were left on the chopping floor and put it in. And they would do that to kind of finish the story, right? Because a lot of the problem that I have with episode 7, 8, and 9 is it starts to tell a good story, but it leaves so much to the imagination. The whole race parentage thing. I mean, we all were so excited about what was going to happen, and then Kylo's like, "Oh, your parents, they were drunks. They didn't care about you," which isn't inaccurate. I mean, the drunk part we don't necessarily know, but that they didn't care about you, we also don't know. Clearly, that's not the case because that's what we found out in episode 9. But that whole character wasn't set up. Right? Those characters weren't set up in episode 9. It's like, oh, he's a Palpatine, Rey's a Palpatine. Really? Where did that come from? And it's frustrating because it didn't come from anywhere. It was just, oh, this is the thing now. Deal with it. And that type of not behavior, but storytelling is problematic just on its face. Like, you can't just introduce something and say, oh, that's, how did you not know that? How did you not figure that out? It wasn't planned. And that's why so much of the movie kind of was frustrating. Opening salvo. Kylo comes in with just a heavy hit. Let's do this. See if we can get some life back into the man. Okay, he died, but he's come back. Let's just pound the absolute crap out of him. See if... No, stay alive! Alright. So, and again, that's all rumor. I don't know if it's going to happen, if they're going to recut it and introduce it as a TV series, or an extended TV series. It would make sense because it's just another way for them to make money. it had a lot of potential. Episodes 7, 8, and 9 had a lot of potential that they just, in my mind, didn't capitalize on. Now, having said that, there are some really good books in the sequel trilogy. There's a book. It's not a junior novel. It's not a middle grade novel. It's Star Wars Resistance Poe Freefall or something like that, and it tells the story of Poe as a spice runner. And it's fascinating. Like, it's really a fascinating story. It's not amazing. It's fascinating. It's written well. It's a fun story. I will say, as far as novels and stories go, almost every Star Wars book I've read has been good. And when I mean good, I mean it's been well done. It's had a solid storyline. There's only been one book that bugged the absolute crap out of me, and it was, and I don't even remember the name. It was The Legends of Luke Skywalker was actually okay for what it was. It was stupid in a lot of parts, but I think that was what it was meant to do. But it was the early books, and like the story was fine, and I'd have to go back and reread it. But there was just something about it that really got underneath my skin, and it was just Luke. Hello, Mr. Wonderful. Welcome to the stream. We're talking extended universe. We're talking current canon, and like my thoughts on it. But seriously, the books, they do a really good job of fleshing a lot of these characters out. I've even read the novelizations of a lot of these books. The novelization of 7 was kind of shot for shot. The novelization of 8 made me hate Rose Tico less. It took like a really strong frustration of Rose Tico and brought it down to like a really strong annoyance at, again, another whatever, another missed opportunity. Let's go Jedi here. See how this works. Jedi versus the Sith. Oh, boom, shakalaka. But I actually, and see, that's the thing. I don't hate Rose. It's not that I dislike Rose. It's they don't do enough to make her likable. She just exists in my mind. And again, and I gotta say, this is not even a bash on like Kelly Marie Tran. Anyone who takes a character and says, "Oh, you as an actor are that person," no, that's not cool, not right. I disagree with that fundamentally. No hate towards Kelly Marie Tran at all. She did a fine job. Again, Rose was a character who she had just lost her sister. In Cobalt Squadron, the book that led up to, it was almost an immediate prequel to Episode 8. You don't see her develop. She's just a very scared person who follows her sister, Rose, and oh man, I forget her. Paige Tico. She follows her sister into the rebellion because she's afraid of losing her, right? Which, I mean, then connects later on to Episode 8. We don't save the things that, we don't kill the things we love, we save the things we hate, or whatever. I think it's like vice versa. It's just, there's a lot more that could have, and again, it all comes back down to missed opportunities. And this is actually why I do hope that they take the sequel trilogy and put it on Disney Plus. Because if they take those movies, 7, 8, and 9, the main characters are still young enough. and the age difference between all of the characters, with the exception of Leia, obviously, and those who've passed on, they're still young enough that they could add in additional stories, additional scenes to make those stories really come to life. And again, there was just no reason to like Rose Tico. It sounds terrible. Her story's not very well done. It's okay. It's just not what it could be, you know? I think they tried to create a character who would garner sympathy, but, like, she didn't do anything until she met Finn. And then it was just a matter of, oh, here's the boy, I'm gonna go after him. Every scene up until that, in her story, in the extended, you know, the greater universe, never showed anything like that. It's just, it really comes down to they just could have done better, and I really feel bad saying that, because there's a lot of I see a lot of these memes out there for people who are like Star Wars fans or kind of Star Wars fans, and fandom is fandom. If you like it, you like it. You know, for whatever reason. We all have the reasons that we like the universe, right? For me, I love the good versus the evil. I love the Sith Jedi dynamic. I absolutely do. It's wonderful. To me, there's a purposeful evil that is trying. I mean, again, it plays on my religious foundation, my religious upbringing. So for me, it is like a great connection. You know, good versus evil, light versus dark. You know, it's the traditional. You know, we've got a good guy, we've got a bad guy, and then you mix in, you know, the stories of, you know, well, you've got a good guy and you've got a bad guy, but are the good guys doing the good thing for the right reason? Are the bad guys doing the wrong thing for the right reason? I mean, splice it however you want. The Empire brought peace to people. Now, they brought peace to people through, you know, destruction, death, and torture. And so it's like, was it a peace that was worth it? I mean, anyway, so there's a lot of people who have the, I mean, and everyone who comes to any fandom comes with their own sensibilities, their own reason for enjoying that canon. And it is my personal belief that we as fans should not like rip into them for it. You know, so what if you like it because Rey is this super girly, powerful for, you know, Mary Sue, who for no reason. Daisy really did a great job. You know, she did a fine job. She did a great job for what she had to work with. And I think she did great. The story still had some things that I wanted. But anyways, I see these things and it talks about how we, the fans, have ruined Star Wars. And that kind of bugs me because I feel like it's a little short-sighted. Because anytime you have a longing for something, like the Star Wars fandom, right? Who've wanted this thing for 30 plus years, a sequel, or 12 years, whatever it was. Let's see, hold on, let me. Is it? It's this one. Nope, that wasn't the one. Well, suck. Like, there's gonna be, if it doesn't happen the way that the fan wants, there's gonna be a little bit of, you know, displeasure, right? But it happened so differently than the fandom was expecting, and from movie to movie, it happened so differently than the fandom was expecting that, I don't know, it bugged people. And again, it's a fun movie. I actually, having read the book and having seen it a couple of times, I actually like episode 8. The Canto Bight scene bugs me. Like, it really does kind of frustrate me. Just because it has no point in my mind. Actually, let's use this guy. And I'm going to bring in my rebels real quick. But like everything else is wedge. It's so weird now that my my wedge is as good as he is. You know, I've got wedge relic 3. I keep thinking like, why do I have him so high? It's because he's not bad now. Let's do this. So anyways, I mean, that's kind of like my thoughts on the sequel trilogy. It's fun, you know. But I've always loved the TV shows and the movies and the books way more than I've enjoyed the movies. Even the books about the movies, in my mind, are better than the movies themselves, and that's just because me being a reading style person and having that be kind of like my foundation. So, you know, take it for what it is. Oh, that did not work. I suppose I wanted it to. Hit him. But so like right now, actually, I'll probably finish it tomorrow or the next day, depending. Right now, I'm listening to A New Dawn. And it is the first book in the new canon, right? So it's the first book in the canon after Disney purchased Lucasfilm, right? And it's the story of Hera Syndulla and Kanan Jarrus, how they meet. It's really good, and I keep forgetting how much I like it. Like it's simple, it's fun. And it's great. It's great Star Wars. It's great, and it's great storytelling. Like there's elements of comedy to an extent. I don't think that they were meant to be super comedic, but kind of just like ha kind of moments, and as ha kind of moments, they were great. Holy crap, that backfired on me. They just murdered me. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But I love that book. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. Let's bring in this guy. Now, it was asked earlier, how am I doing on my Leia Poppins shirt? And I'll show you guys my what I'm working on. I just took an image of someone's work and I've cropped it out. I've redone some stuff to it, and I've tried to change it as much as I possibly can to make it my own. It's a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's been something that I was going to work a little more on than I did today, but let's see. Let's do this guy. I hit the wrong button. That's at least my excuse. I hit the wrong button. When really, I just suck at chips. Come on. That blows. So any books or shows you should watch with Vader. The Vader story arcs in Rebels, it's really good. Especially the scenes on Moraban, not to be confused with Korriban, which I don't understand why they made the change. I'm sure it's a legal issue, but I don't know. But it was a great one. As far as if you haven't read Thrawn, you need to read Thrawn. Thrawn, episode 1 or book 1 is about Thrawn rising up through the Empire. Book 2, however, which you don't technically need to read Thrawn 1 to understand Thrawn 2, and this is the new canon. I think I'm going to get slaughtered here. Not surprising, but let's go ahead and throw the sink at him. So, but Thrawn 2, it's called Alliances, and it tells the story of Vader and Thrawn working together on an assignment for the Empire, or for the Emperor. But then it goes through, and it also jumps back and discusses a time when Thrawn and Anakin were working together for the Republic. Or at that point, it actually wasn't they weren't doing it for the Republic, but it was like their own Vader's own thing, and Anakin's own thing, and Thrawn's own thing, and it's really good. It's a really good story, and you kind of get the idea that Thrawn knows that Vader is Anakin Skywalker. You know. Ooh, all right, I'll take that, jerks. But then let's see, Sith. Oh man, let me bring up the what do you call it? Let me bring up the Wikipedia list. There's one that's really interesting. I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it's like Empire. Oh man, that's gonna bug me. Anyways, the idea is that it's Vader and Palpatine. They get stuck on a planet where Vader and Palpatine. You see Palpatine using the Force, which is really a cool concept. It's not something that we see a lot of, like in canon, right? Like we don't see a lot of them in the TV show. We don't see a lot of them in different aspects of the universe. But it's really cool seeing him use the Force, seeing him use lightsaber. Awesome. So on a side note, I lost Grand Arena. It happens. Did I get any feats? No, I even forgot to look at the feats, to be honest. I might be able to get this one if I step up my arena. But there's a lot of books out there. I'd have to let me get back to you and which books you should read if you like Vader. Because there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of really good ones. I will say, if you like Vader, you will want to check out the comics, the Vader comics, because those do a great job of introducing Vader, talking about his exploits, what he's been doing. Dr. Aphra is amazing. Not only is she an amazing character, but the Dr. Aphra comics show Vader working with her, and it's great. Like, check out the Vader comics. The new runs that are out are phenomenal. And I want to say in the most recent Vader comic, he actually goes to Exegol. Haven't seen it, haven't read it, don't know anything about it just yet. I've seen the cover. It's Vader on Exegol, and he's surrounded by people in black cloaks with red lightsabers out. That's what it is, right? Before I go though, guys, I gotta show you, as I always do, what I'm doing with my farm. I said that by the end of the weekend I would have Kenobi at a relicable status. And I am so close. So I've got 30 more of these, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, 20 more of these. And then I've obviously got to fix his mods because they suck. But then Kenobi will good, and I'll be on to Wedge, which, you know, he's gear 10, almost gear 11. It shouldn't be super long before I can really start going gung-ho, getting these two to be to 7-star. I've been doing them slowly. I've been, you know, going after them periodically. Every day or so, I try to get a couple more shards when I can, where I can. But again, because my focus is gear for these two, usually I'm always spending, one refresh here. So, but yeah, so I'll be really close to getting Jedi Master Luke. Probably the next 2 weeks would be my guess, unless I hit really big and lucky when it comes to gear in some of the arena and stuff. Some of the payouts. Other than that, I'm super close. The next time I can get these guys, so maybe 2 days, I'll be able to get him up to Relic 7. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I am going through and I'm getting anyone who's Relic to Relic 3. That's going to be my new lowest tier, right? Anyone who becomes a Relic automatically gets to Relic 3. Then from Relic 3, I'll go to Relic 5, and then from 5, I'll go to 7. And I'll just do that until I can get him up. So I went through just recently, and I got all of my Relic 1 characters to Relic 2. I know it's a stupid thing to even be proud of, but that does raise my GP more, but it makes those characters that much more viable too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Again, I still have to decide. I'm not sold by the Mando Beskar. I'm really not. I love the rest of the characters. I do. I think that there's something else coming for this guy. But legendary event goes, I mean, yeah, it's cool to have one of your first legendary events be Beskar Mando. But, I mean, Mando non-Beskar Bounty Hunter Mando, so much better. So much more useful. And he's Scoundrel, he's Mandalorian, he's a bounty hunter, his leadership ability is good. He's the whole package, ladies and gentlemen. He is. I still have to decide what I'm going to do after this. I do want to kind of clean up my roster a little bit before I start farming heavy onto anything else. But we'll see. Really, it'll come down to I'm in game enough that I can kind of choose where I want to go. But to get some of my more desired characters, I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time. My murder bears, right? They're a great group of characters, but they need a lot of love, a lot of love. So, as you can see here, but same thing Jawas. I've been looking at my Jawas, and I've actually been able to get a couple of them up higher than I intended. Just recently, I was able to get this Dachka up, and I think this Jawa, one of them. But before these, some of these guys were gear 9, gear 10, and I looked at the stuff I had in my inventory, I noticed that the guys that I'm farming currently don't need them. So I threw some stuff onto these guys and I got them up to level 10, 11 actually. So not terrible, I mean, they're not the best ever, but that's the Jawas can be very useful and definitely are undermined often. Night Sisters are also a team that I've considered, but seeing as how easily I typically can run through them with tonight's performance, a little lackluster, it's hesitant. I'm hesitant to do it. I've gotten a lot of the rebels that I want up, and the rebels that I don't have up that I want to get up, I mean, I'm getting up. So these are the only two rebels that I'm really, really wanting to. Cara Dune is almost level 12, almost relicable, but I'm not gonna relic Cara until Mon Mothma is relicked, because Mon Mothma and relic Cara are fire. But until then, she's okay. She's just not as good as she could be, and so that's kind of where I'm at. So really, my next level, my next focus will kind of depend on what I want to do, or what comes next. We'll see what this whole new galactic, what are they calling it? Galactic, not challenge, but war, not war. It's the events, the galactic events that are coming out. Probably, if I'm gonna guess, I would say mid-February. I know a lot of people are saying beginning of March. I think we'll get mid-February. They announced the Sith Triumvirate raid, I think the second week in January, and it was out the second week, I think, in February. So I look for new information as to what's coming out. If you start seeing a lot of it, like just start getting dumped, it's coming sooner rather than later. And I'm stoked. I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like. So stay tuned for that. Like I'm curious. Now, will they have bosses that we can unlock? Hopefully, that would be really freaking cool. I would love that. Like if you could unlock like mini bosses with PvE, and you're on your own dime, you're on your own time doing that. That is so freaking cool. That is sick. And if that's the case, it'll just really depend on who those characters are. You put a Hondo Onaka out there, you better believe that's who I'm going for. But I mean, we'll see though, guys. We'll see. This is where I'm at now. I realized that I was close enough to a Jedi Master Luke that it would make sense for me to go after him. When I started this, I was already 7 out of 15 characters, and so I was like, I mean, at that point, I'm more than half almost, and the characters that I was missing, I was almost done with a lot of them, and so I just figured I'm going for it. So that's what I've been doing, right? And then it'll just be a matter of gearing them up, getting them ready, and going for it, right? I will say, guys, if you are a new player and you are looking for crystals, okay, this hit me earlier today when I was on my new player account, or yesterday when I was on my new player account. You have some, so like Yoda and Palpatine, and I think there's one other. I can't remember who it was. But what you can do is you can actually get lower level. You can start earning the shards before you're able to completely unlock them. But every time you win a battle in the lowest levels, you get 50 crystals. And so getting those, unlocking them as you go, will provide you with additional crystals, which will then allow you to farm faster, which will just speed everything up. So keep that in mind if you're a new player. It is very nice. Same thing with these guys, the achievements, the quests. I mean, if you're close to a quest, might as well go for it and get whatever it is that they're spitting at you, because a lot of this stuff's pretty good. Not all of it. When you start getting towards titles, if you don't care about the titles, don't do it. So like these are all the ones that I have available. It's like, I don't care about a title. I really don't. So that's where I'm at though, guys. thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I hope you had a great night. In the section below on YouTube, I also think it's on Twitch, and probably on Facebook too if you're watching this wherever you are. 4 links now. 1, link to Pops, Funko Pops. I'm a collector, guys. If you want to see what Amazon has out there, click on that link. Anytime you actually buy something from that link or from a link that you follow from that link, you help out the channel. Additionally, Audible. I will always recommend Audible. 1 month, 2 free books in the section below. Now, you can choose Star Wars books. You can choose any books that you absolutely love or even want to try out. Here's the thing, though, guys. If you quit within a month, you keep the books of your choice, right? But in that month, they have other books. Tons and tons and tons of other books that you can listen to for absolutely free. They don't count towards your 2 books. So, yeah, listen to the 2 books. But then it's a really great service. I mean, it's $10 a month, $12 a month, I think, for 2 books a month, or 2 credits a month, or $15. I can't remember. But it's done a ton, you know. And if you shovel snow, if you're exercising, if you're doing anything where you require headphones, this is super beneficial. I love it. And again, every time you sign up, you help the channel. Going Nerdy Swag Store, soon to be the home of the Poppins Leia, or Leia Poppins t-shirt. I am working on it, and hopefully we'll get it done here in the next little bit. Check that out. You can get t-shirts, masks, everything. It's great. And again, every time you check that out, every time you do that, you support the channel. And then finally, guys, I have been putting my Discord link up there. So if you do have questions, link there. I'll do what I can to answer them. I'm not all knowing yet. Maybe one day. Although I do tell my wife that I'm all knowing. She doesn't believe me. My kids are a little easier to trick. So I gotta say, guys, again, thank you for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, click in the links below. Message me. I hope you have a great week. Like a legit great week. I hope everything goes well for you. And when it doesn't, I hope you bounce back quickly. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell button to be notified anytime I go live, anytime I post a new video. And let me know what you guys think in the section below. Darth Orden is now following me. My man. Love Darth Orden. Grid is rating me. Right at the end. Right at the end, Grid is rating me. Oh. Okay, so Grid's rating me. I have to. Let's jump over here real quick. All right. So if Grid's gonna rate me, I'm gonna play more. Okay. This guy sucks. I hate him. But let's do this. All right. So if you guys are not familiar with Gridden, then you need to follow him. You need to find him on. I know he's on Twitch. I think he's still on YouTube a little bit. I might be wrong on that one. But Grid has the best hair in the world. Like, I don't know who he sold his soul to. But, like, it is legit. Like, it's to a point that, like, if I were to see him in person, I'd want to touch him. Not him, but his hair. Because it's amazing. Super awesome. Love his hair. Also, he's great. Darth Orden, also great. Who's wonderful as well. But, yeah. Now, since I'm going to be on for a little bit longer, that's what it is. So Darth Orden informs me that Grid, he streams on Twitch, but then posts the follow-up streams on YouTube, which, yeah, that makes sense. What was I going to say? Let's do this. Now, I will ask those who are just now joining us. It was asked earlier in the stream if there is a book, a Star Wars book, for someone who loves Darth Vader. Now, I suggested the comics. Because, again, hands down, comics are amazing. Yeah, his hair precedes it. It does. Like, it's beautiful hair. It is. Oh, what? Jobin, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, his hair is beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, now one thing that this isn't something that's super easy to get a hold of. You have to either be in Vegas, or near Disneyland or Disney World. But there is, it's called, it's not the Vader Immortal, right? The VR thing. But it is VR. There is a ball representing the Raging Elephant. What's up, my friend? There is this thing, and I forget what the name of it is. But the idea is you put on a computer on your backpack. Like, you hook it on, and you are hooked in to this freaking computer, right? I'm going to take this guy out because he's going to bug me. And yeah, man, I'm telling you, dude, the we with lives, ballas, we all about it. We bout it. But what you do is you put on this computer. It is a backpack, right? And then you put on a handset, and you've got like these guns, right? And the story is, you are flown into Vader's castle on Mustafar, right? And freaking, you get there, and what's awesome about this? It is a truly immersive experience. Like, hands down, one of the coolest things that I've ever done. There's the company that makes the game, or makes the event, is called The Void. And it's freaking awesome. So they've got one in like Disneyland, Disney World. They've got one in Vegas. I think they've got one in like some weird town in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. I applied for the company once, and it was interesting. But again, you're brought in to this. It's like a maze, right? And you're guided through a story, and you interact with the story as like a rebel agent working with Cassian Andor, right? Now, what's cool about this is Cassian's flying the ship. You've got K2SO flying the ship. You've got like they're giving you directions, and like you're walking through Vader's castle, and it's not like you're just walking along or pretending to walk by you moving a joystick. You are literally immersed in a situation. You are immersed in a this like room, and as the video progresses, you are forced to move in one way. So like a platform will open up where there was no platform before. You'll see it on your screen, like, you know, because it's VR, and you'll walk across a platform. But like the platform's not there until like a railing opens up. It's so freaking cool. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see, how many points am I behind? 22? Gotta do math. Yeah, 22. It's full empire. My empire sucks, though. So, I mean, if you're ever in those areas, guys, I absolutely suggest 100% do it. Like, here's the thing. I gotta point this out. It's a 15-minute event. Okay? It's about $30 for 15 minutes. Maybe it's like $50. I can't remember. It's pricey. Like, it's really freaking pricey. But is it worth it? Yeah, you bet your baby it is. It is so freaking cool. Let's see here. Get a hit on them. But, oh, so Nev, my GAC score was low. But I gotta point out, I didn't go out like no punk bitch. I rocked it. I rocked it. Now, when I say I rocked it, what I mean is, I gave my opponent an easy victory. Easy victory. I put on my best, crappiest teams. Because if I'm going to win, I want a legit challenge. None of this like, oh, I beat an opponent who's better than me, who has a good score. I want to beat an opponent who's given me an impossible score. Did I... You say throwing another round like it was a bad thing. I didn't throw the round. I gave myself a challenge. And I won that challenge. Now, I didn't win the round. No, I did not win the round. Yes, in a short answer, I did lose for the third time. And I regret nothing, Nev. I regret nothing. Because winning is where the heart is. Or something. You know, a side note, if I'm not even paying attention to this, so if I win, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. Oh, he beat my guy. Well, what a butthole. Yeah, so let me... Yeah, I know. So here's the thing, Nev. It's not throwing the round. It's not throwing the round. This is what happens in a Going Nerdy live stream. Okay? You only need to kill... That's brilliant. I didn't know that. I've been fighting this thing for like 2 days now, and I guess I need to read the things. This is what I did the first round. Okay? I botched it. I did. Legit botched it. I was trying. Opening salvo, you want to do your best. But here, I wanted to see what score this person could get. Right? And so he got 2,703. That is a good point. So Nev asks, for those of you who are not on... So when I stream, if you don't know, I stream on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Because why not? Here's the thing, Nev. Anyone can beat a normal score. If I win, I want to beat a perfect score. Right? Yeah. Ungodly. I mean, if I set my standards low, how am I ever going to get better? I want to beat the ungodly level of score. My pants are falling down. Hold on. So yeah. Now, I will say, I did pretty good. Opening round, with the exception of this, it was not great. He even undersized my fleet. Interesting. Maybe that's where I need to make a change next time. Undersize the characters, oversize the fleet. I'm telling. So Ian Gray is over on YouTube. I'm telling you, Ian, Thrawn is the best Star Wars book in the current new canon. There is no greater. It is, oh my gosh, the way that you hear him. So for those of you over on, Twitch, I have links in the section below. Usually, I think that like you get a free Audible book, 1 month for free, 2 free Audible books. Always tell people about it because it's an amazing deal. Every time you sign up, you have the channel, right? And if you've ever watched the Escape podcast, you've heard my commercial, right? So here's the thing. Thrawn, great book. Listening to Thrawn is a next level experience, right? Because not only do you have the amazing way that they do audiobooks in Star Wars with an Audible book, right? Or with any audiobook. they actually do the voice of Thrawn in the audiobook. And it is awesome. It is so freaking good, guys. I've listened. So I read Thrawn once, like the new book. I've read it once. And then I've listened to it 4 times, I think. 3 or 4 times. I can't remember. I mean, at one time I just listened to it like double speed because I was bored and I wanted something to, play in the background. But it is epic, guys. It is absolutely epic. Now, back to Nev. This second guy didn't do nearly as well. Right? I mean, look at this. Look at this. He did all right, but not great. Not what you would say is amazing. He did fine, right? Now, what I've got to do is I've got to tweak my skills so that the next time I play like this, I'm bringing the heat, right? Like I've got to figure out a way to be strategic. Strategery. That's the name of the game. Strategery. So we'll see. Now, I love it, guys. I love the way that I do this. So let's see. But see, now you've seen it twice, Nev. You've seen it twice. And one day, when I get that 2700, you will be as proud of me as you are ashamed of me right now. Think about that. Think about how proud that's going to be. It's going to be pretty proud, Nev. Pretty proud. All right, let's try this again. All right, full Empire. Do I have a better Empire character than that guy who went out like a punk bee? Throne? Tarkin. See what Tarkin can do. Do. Start with him. Here. Throw on some of that guy. Hit him up. And I really want to take this guy out. Well, I probably shouldn't. Oh my goodness! Alright, let's back out real quick, because that was painful to watch. Car Saxon. Could put mods on him. Actually. Let's try it. Level 8, Gar Saxon. No, I'm not. I'm not that ballsy yet. So let's see what mods I got. I gotta clean up my mods. This is so going live with and showing people your mods is like walking into a messy bathroom with like a turd still floating in the toilet. That's the equivalent of what I'm showing you guys. That's a level of intimacy that I'm not sure I'm prepared to get to on YouTube on streaming. But it's like it's bad. Like if you have bad mods and like you're showing people online, it's a little embarrassing. Let's do that. Where are you, Gar? Boom. Let's see how Gar handles it. Dun, dun. Oh, nice. Ooh, very nice. Let's get him some love. Crap weasels. Gar Saxon, what do you got? Let's do... Oh! Nice! Damn. Whew! That's better, though. You know, Gar Saxon might actually be terrible for this. Let's see who else we can mix a match. No, we want someone to... Actually, let's try this. Okay, don't call Padme when she has crit immunity. Save it for when you have the opportunity when she doesn't, so you can get under 70% of Snow Trooper. Massive. Oh, good to know. Thank you. Does she have crit immunity? Oh, protection up. There we go. Let's do... Oh, okay. So have her open up with a kick. You said save the coal. So, okay. All right. I'm sorry. Let's try. Oh, mercy. Let's restart and try again. All right. Okay, so she opened up with a kick. I need... double damage. Was that 4 turns? Let's do this. Oh, that sucked! Oh, balls. Balls! Oh, I should use this. Should use this thing. Let's keep trying that. She opens up with a kick. Takes out old what's his face. Let's do some damage. No. Gonna trick me into attacking you twice, Kenobi. I know your tricks. Alright. I know your powerful kicking tricks. We throw it. Anyone in the audience ever watch Frisky Dingo? It is quite possibly the best cartoon you will ever watch in your life. If you like the TV show Archer, which you should, everyone should. It's just that great of a TV show. Then you will love Frisky Dingo. Made by the same guys. It's just like the precursor to Archer. But it's amazing. Let's see if I can throw a block on her. Nope. That didn't work. F words. Whew. Dang, took out Snowtrooper. She is not a fan of the Snowtrooper. AoE. Boom shakalaka. Jobin says, so you want to kick, then do MM and only basic until you can dot. Fracture Kenobi, then AoE stun. Try to get another shock on Padme. Spell crit. Calling Blade Padme. She has no crit immunity. Hopefully she made her 70% massive damage. Okay. calls. Oh! Alright, so let's try that again. One last time for all the marbles. And only basic until you can dot again. Alright, so we got the kick. Okay, got Merciless Murder. And only basic until you can dot again. There's my dot. Got a Fracture Kenobi. AoE stun. Merciless Murder. Dot, then okay, I see what you're saying. Oh! Ballsack. Oh. I'm gonna run this one through just for kicks and giggles. Can you do it? Yeah, not bad. Palplead, Vader, Thrawn, Piet Shore. Alright. Let's try this. See, I don't have Piet. Like, my Empire team sucks. Like, they're bad. Like, they're really bad. So let's try these guys. Alright, so we get the kick opening. I see why you're doing basics, because then you stun. Or not stun, you ability block. Brilliant. It's Fracture Kenobi. Ooh, that was painful. That didn't work. Alright, let's try this again. I couldn't do this without you guys. I say that... Oh, I need her to kick every time. Boop. Instant restart. Hold on. Did she kick? No, she didn't. That turd. It's like she doesn't respect what I'm trying to do here. There we go. There we go. Merciless murder. Dot. Okay. Shock Padme. Alright. There we go. I see. Now call Padme. Now merciless murder. Oh, shit. Oh, shoot! Let me go through real quick. Put a better mod on it. It's not impossible, it's just frustrating. I'm alright with that. Alright, let's see how that works. Alright. Let me make sure Thrawn's got stuff on him. Shore Trooper, do you even have gear on you? You do. Okay, good. Let's give that a shot. Merciless murder. Boop. Oh, really? 5-star. Holy crap. Oh, I should. Well, no, I'm doing all right. I think. All right. Oh, that butt nugget. Stop it, Padme, you jerk. Alright, there we are. Calling Blade Padme. Let's go here a bit. And Padme. Let's do this. Throw on some abilities. That backfired on me. Critical immunity. Yeah, like I honestly, if you guys hadn't narrated it, I probably wouldn't have even tried it tonight. Oh, freaking! I just fractured him, Padme. Jerk. Ow! That was an emotionally draining battle. Alright. Double dots. What you got, Padme? Let's do fracture. Bring it down. Ooh. Oh, I like where this is going. Do tier 6 without Beskar Mando. Oh! my gosh! Oh. I'm like so freaking nervous. Yes. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Man. All right. So Jobin, you say real going to do tier 6 without Beskar armory. All right. So okay, so that's the focus. What's the best to get Beskar though? I did watch your video, Raging Elephant. Or no, I didn't watch that video. I do have Beskar Mando, but he sucks because I don't like him. He's Zated. I could throw a leader. I mean, he's Zated. He's gear 9. I mean, is Bounty Hunters the best way to go? So he doesn't have to be the lead? Okay. Does he have to survive? Because if he does, I'm already screwed. Just do an SLK with 3 others and pretty much auto. Alright. So, Ian Gray, your question is answered. Do an Slacker team. And the 5th one being Beskar. No, let's see. I mean, who do you... I'm gonna shoot some Tweety birds at you. Tweety bird. Oh, that was not fun. Oh, you butthole, Anakin. That was a powerhouse hit. Let's actually do this. Get that immunity up. He has no health left. Like, I'm not seeing that, right? I mean, that's not just me, right? He has like 0 health left. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, I was definitely wrong. What was I looking at? Oh, come on, Ahsoka. Oof. Oof. That's rough. Let's try this. I mean, it could be something as simple as I need to start hitting Kenobi first. I want to say he dies so fast, so Ian over on YouTube asks why Kenobi dies so fast. Not Kenobi. Slacker. And I'm going to say it's because he's sad that he killed Han Solo. Nice. Good job. Congratulations. Darth Orton said he's just beat it on the 3rd try. Let's see. So let's try this. Fox. Actually, let's go ahead and stun Kenobi first. Or do whatever that does. It's not a stun per se. But, like, a death shot? Yeah, so Slacker takes damage when he's damaging. And because he hits so hard, it drops him pretty quick. Whoosh! That Anakin is dropping me like a bad habit. So Jobin informed me that my sadness theory is incorrect. Or maybe just not 100% accurate. We don't know why he's losing. Why he hits so hard. He might be hitting so hard because he's sad. It's very possible. We can't rule anything out just yet. I'm going to jump right here. I'm going to go down to the 6-star. And I'm going to throw in this Skywalker. Because the other one's really pissing me off. See if this helps. Because at this point, I honestly don't care if I get that final one. But any of the other ones might be really beneficial. Hey. Take that, Grandma. Do you think Padme had, like, hard candy? You know, like, if she were the grandma, if she'd have survived, would she be, like, the hard candy type grandma? Like, here's a butterscotch. And boom goes the dynamite. Bob's your uncle. Max reward. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'm gonna take. Holy crap! It's 11 my time. I should probably figure out what I'm teaching tomorrow. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I think I know. Maybe. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I always love streaming. I love talking Star Wars. And honestly, I could not do this game without you guys. Yeah. It's reminding you that hard work pays off instead as a treat. Yeah, it's like, hey, hard work pays off. Here, but also here's a butterscotch. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Again, if you're new to the stream and you just followed me, thank you. I always love talking about Star Wars. I just get down here and ramble for apparently 2 hours. Holy crap, my wife's gonna be pissed. But she loves me and she's stuck with me for the most part. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new though, seriously, check out the links below. Putting together a Leia Poppins t-shirt, working on it, trying to make it look awesome. Additionally, Audible. Ian Gray, I look forward to hearing back from you to let me know what you think about that book. I love it. I cannot say enough good things about Thrawn. So good. Super excited. The new one comes out April 27th, so only like 2.5 months, 3 months away. Very stoked for it. Again, thanks guys for joining me. As always, this has been Thaddeus for Going Nerdy. Like, subscribe, share, click that little bell icon to be notified anytime I post a video. And remember to smile.